Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucen. I'm a music producer and songwriter, and today I'm going to be going through the best new releases of June 2021 and some that I'm not sure of, all the kind of new notable songs in my opinion. So yeah, let's go. So I'm trying a new kind of video today. Let me know what you think of the style. But yeah, basically I'm just going to go through like what I've been listening to really mostly in June 2021 and kind of talk to you about like what my favorite new releases are, what you should be listening to. There's like one particular album, no spoilers, I have been listening to on repeat. It's my favorite album of the year and I've been dying to talk about it. And it's the kind of the reason I'm making this video. I'll save that one for last. But I thought I might kind of turn it into a regular thing if you guys are interested. So I won't be talking about the ones that I've done full reactions to. This is going to be kind of a video for me to kind of talk about the other music that I haven't been able to donate an entire video towards. So if you want to know my opinion on Marina's new album, for example, then check out my full reaction. I'll link it for you. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're really interested in all the music that I'm listening to at the moment, then you can check out my current vibes playlist. I'll link it in the description and the top comment for you, which has most of the songs I'll be talking about today. But also, yeah, it can be a way for you to keep up on the latest new releases and all the stuff that is really inspiring me at the moment. So yeah, make sure to follow that playlist if you want. Let's get on with it. First release I'm going to talk about today is from a brand new artist. This is Griff. Okay, so you might have heard of Griff. I think Taylor Swift mentioned her on her Instagram stories recently and I was like, oh. But she's also won the Brits Rising Star Award for this year, and she's had the single Black Hole. There's a big black hole where my heart used to be. That one. So she's just released her debut EP. It's called One Foot in Front of the Other. It's got about 7 songs on it, and honestly, my first listen, I was cleaning the bathroom, I was scrubbing the toilet, like woohoo. I honestly love it. I was like so pleasantly surprised because I like Black Hole was a good song, but I don't know, it didn't set me on fire, you know? But listening to the EP, every song that came on, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I think the thing that got me is that like melodically and musically, like chord progression wise, she uses some really interesting movements within the kind of pop landscape, but ultimately still manages to make it feel poppy and satisfying when it comes round to like the hook. I think it's because she doesn't use a typical kind of 4-chord structure. She really does mess around with it. Like her musical phrasing is longer. It's not like 4-bar repeat. It's more like 8-bar repeat, or sometimes not even like necessarily repeating itself, but it's repeated and familiar enough that it still feels like a satisfying pop song. So really, really well crafted stuff, you know? The production is also super slick, but not unsurprising. Like it is still really surprising. Like in Heart of Gold, in the verses, it's kind of sparse, using this kind of like vocal kind of reverse kind of production, funky stuff going on in the background. But then the chorus brings in a pad and it's tight and the drums are really tight, and it kind of brings in that kind of pop element to make it kind of feel quite satisfying and really listenable despite its experimentation. So it's actually like really well balanced kind of pop record, as well as kind of having this like experimental nature to it. And for me, that's like the perfect balance. If there are any songs you have to listen to, Shade of Yellow are such a cool, like lyrically, such a cool way of putting like the memories of a relationship. And it is kind of very specific in a kind of Taylor Swift style kind of lyric. So if you're into Taylor's lyrics, then I think you'll really enjoy a lot of what she has. And then my other favorite songs are Heart of Gold, like I mentioned. So nicely done. You Have a Heart Like Gold and Mine's a Little More Like Stone. Really good. And then Remembering My Dreams as well. If you're going to listen to any songs, those are the ones to listen to. Like, you should listen to the whole EP. It's really good. She's a brilliant up-and-coming new artist. Do it. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about Ed Sheeran's new song. So Ed Sheeran came out with a new song on Friday. Like, literally, I'm filming this on the Saturday, so yesterday. But yes, last Friday. He came out with a brand new song called Bad Habits. And, like, Ed Sheeran has, like, kind of very much generated image for himself over the last 10 12 years of kind of being that kind of relatable guy, the busker, the boy next door, and also like he's got a lot of romanticism in his lyrics. So for him to release this song called Bad Habits with the music video, you have to check out the music video. My best friend actually worked on the music video, which is so cool, living vicariously through him. Anyway, but yeah, he's like a vampire and shit. It's great. But the new song is actually really interesting. It's definitely very current pop, but for me, it's a step above, like, Shape of You, for instance. I hate Shape of You. I'm like, it's so repetitive. The grammar is bad. That really pisses me off. And so with him to kind of like have a new lead single, which is kind of quite different, but for it to be poppy, but not regressively poppy. I think that's the thing. He's striking a better balance for me. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see where he's going to go from this point on. And the story of the song is quite cool. It's like this idea of like not being able to handle his bad habits. There's like this lyric like nothing good happens after 2 a.m, you know, that kind of vibe. So yeah, so it's kind of quite introspective for him. So yeah, that might be a sign of where the next album's going to go. So that's quite cool. So Jessie J is back. I have a history with Jessie J. Back when I was like in my late teens, early 20s, I was obsessed. Her voice is like stunning. And I was like, she is the diva. She's like, you know how like, like a lot of gay guys idolize like female divas. She was my female diva when I was that age. I moved on to Lady Gaga, as you can see. She's kind of gone through a few kind of phases of her songwriting, but she's back with a brand new song called I Want Love. I want love. And it's kind of a dark disco banger, very introspective. I like that she kind of unlocked a lot more introspection in her last album, and with this one she's continuing that journey, but it's definitely more of a pop vibe than the last one, which was very like lo-fi R&B. So I'm not 100% sold on this new direction for her, because I loved the lo-fi R&B stuff for her. Like it really gave her voice space to really just like roll and be really beautiful. I'm not 100% sold on this new kind of disco direction, but I'm just really excited to see Jessie back with new music, and I'm kind of excited to see where she takes this new direction. She's done a lot of collaborating with Ryan Tedder recently, and he's got a knack for doing some really cool kind of really kind of hooky pop songwriting, so I'm kind of interested to see where it's going to go. Perhaps one of the biggest things for me as a Gaga fan this month has been the 10th anniversary of Born This Way. Watch as this album completely steals focus from my face. Hi. As a celebration, oh my God, there it goes. As a celebration of the 10th anniversary, she's done like a re-release of Born This Way that features 6 or 7 covers, all by queer artists or queer allies. And the money is going to go towards the Born This Way Foundation, of course. Oh, and I've got my Born This Way t-shirt. Came yesterday. Yeah. I was a bit disappointed. I thought the whole album was going to be covered, and then there was only like 7 of them. And I was like, I was excited to hear who was going to do Americano and Scheisse. Just saying. It's a little bit hit and miss for me. Like, I think I had high expectations, but there are a couple of songs on there, like particularly Judas by Big Frida is like nuts. So bonkers. Absolutely great. Like really harnesses like Lady Gaga's kind of bonkers energy, especially like Born This Way era, in a totally different kind of genre. And Ben Platt's version of You and I mean, you know how much I love Ben Platt. He's beautiful, stunning voice. Oh, God, I just love him. He's so beautiful. And this cover is like, it takes it to a really different place, which I really like. It doesn't just do like a pop rendition of it. He takes it to a really intimate place, and it's stunning. I love it. And he doesn't change any of the pronouns. He doesn't change any of the lyrics. It's very queer in its representation of a man singing this song. I love it. Oh, it's so brilliant. Beautiful. I was super excited to see Years and Years on there, but then Ollie's version of his version of The Edge of Glory, I don't know, like, it's good. It's definitely good, but I think maybe it starts too high and doesn't have anywhere to grow, but I can see it doing really well in the club. When clubs open again. But then the rest of it, I don't know, falls a little bit flat for me. I was excited to hear Kylie's, but Kylie did the cover of Marry the Night, and her version of Marry the Night just makes you think, I want to listen to the original. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that is kind of the thing about this, is that it makes you realise just how good the original songs actually are. It's the ones that take it to a totally different place that succeed. Still a great thing, and a great way to like really show off like LGBT artists like on a global level. Oh my God, if Rina Sawayama had done like Scheisse or something, I would have lost my mind. Okay, so for the next song, this is from an artist called Kaylee. She's a new friend of mine. We met through a mutual friend through like a Zoom coffee morning thing, and she just put out her debut single. It's called Home. I really like it. I really, really like it. I think she's done such a good job, and like she's come from a musical theatre background, so her voice is like beautiful, absolutely like stunning voice. The main hook is to not make a heart a home, so to kind of not make your relationship with somebody the be all and end all. You know, she talks about kind of breaking up with somebody and missing them, but actually in the chorus, it's a much more kind of uplifting vibe. Really just embrace your newfound independence and actually not making somebody else's love your home and your be all and end all, which I haven't heard somebody describe that feeling in quite the same way. So I think she's done a really, really good job with it. With all these songs, all of my favorites I add to my current vibes playlist. So if you click on the link in my bio, you'll find all of these songs in there, including Kaylee's Home. So yeah, please go and support her. Next, I know you've all been waiting for this one. Probably the biggest new release, the most exciting new release of June for a lot of people was Lorde. So Lorde has got a new song, as you probably all know. It's called Solar Power. It's a very unique song. She kind of looks like a prettier Jesus. And then there's Robbie Williams references, and it sounds a bit like Freedom by George Michael. Interesting references, kind of cheesy references, but she somehow manages to make it cool, I guess. I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm putting it out there. I don't know. Like, I like where she went with it in an acoustic direction. I think it successfully gives that feeling of solar power. I think building up to this final chorus, it's like a slow build towards like this final solar power, like right at the end, is a cool way of writing a song. But I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't quite sell it for me. Maybe the production is too simple. Maybe I don't quite relate to the meaning of it. I think like the prettier Jesus line kind of takes me out of it and makes me kind of like, lol. Do you know what I mean? Which I'm not sure was the intention. I don't know. But like, obviously, like Melodrama is one of my favourite albums ever. And I just reacted to Pure Heroine. If you haven't checked that out, I'll link it. So like, Lorde is a super interesting artist. I haven't necessarily liked everything she's done, but I'm really intrigued to see where she's going to take this third album. It sounds quite unique already. So make sure to check out my channel for my full reaction when it comes out. I'll be reacting day one. Another notable release this month, Billie Eilish. So she put out a new song called Lost Cause this month, which I like. I mean, I like all the Billie-esque stuff in it. The really cool production from Phineas that has a lot of dry vocal stuff on it, which I found really cool. But I like lyrically and story-wise, I don't know, I don't find it as engaging as some of her other stuff. I think that in talking about another person in a negative way, I don't know, I can't connect to that because I'm just so good. I don't know, there's just something about it that's not connecting for me in that song. Again, I'm like super looking forward to reacting to her album on day one, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see. I love Billie. I think she's got an incredible point of view that's very different and very exciting, but it will remain to be seen whether like her second album can actually like be as good as her first album, you know? So on to the last thing I'm going to talk about, and this is my favourite album of the year so far. You might have been able to guess from my backdrop as to which artist I've been talking about. It's Wolf Alice. This is their second album. And they just put out, at the beginning of June, they put out their new album, Blue Weekend. It's... Honestly, I've had it on repeat the entire month. So they released 2 singles, The Last Man on Earth and Smile. And although I enjoyed them, I wasn't 100% sold. Like I was saying earlier, like with Solar Power and stuff, not 100% sold. But like when they released the full album, I listened to it obviously from start to finish, as I always do. And I don't know, just the flow of the entire album, the build of each song and how they kind of add to this like tapestry of feelings throughout the album. It made those singles even better in context. It felt like the whole thing was supposed to be experienced as one piece of work. And honestly, it is my favourite album of the year so far. I've had it on repeat all month. I just think it's so well done. Oh my God, it's absolutely stunning. So one of the things I love about Wolf Alice songs is that they really, really pay attention to dynamics and tension, like building tension and release of tension. And I think this album really masters that sense of that kind of songwriting style, especially on Delicious Things and How Can I Make It Okay. They build it up, they take it away at key points to make you kind of want for more. And it just simmers the entire song to this point where when it goes into the final parts of the song, it just gives you such a huge release. It's absolutely so well written. They've completely mastered that. Also, every single song, it's kind of genreless. The music is pretty genreless. Like you'd call them indie rock, and they do use a lot of like band. They are a band and they play like a band, but they really push that idea, you know, genre-wise. Like songs like Safe from Heartbreak, If I Never Fall in Love, lyrically, oh my God, like but but like sonically and like production wise, again, very different. They've done a lot of kind of big sonic grand vocal production stuff, and that one's kind of a bit more tight, a bit more forward, a bit more, you know, they're really confidently crafting different styles of song throughout this album, and it keeps you hooked the whole way through, but each one is just so good. Oh, I can't go on about it enough, to be honest. Like, I'd say everybody has to listen to this album. There's a song for everyone on there. If you haven't listened to it, it's called Blue Weekend. Check it out. You have to. It's so good. Like, you should listen to the entire album the whole way through from start to finish, as always. But if you don't have enough time, then you should 100% listen to Delicious Things, Lipstick on the Glass, How Can I Make It Okay? How Can I Make It Okay? Like, God tier. It's so good. I can't wait. I've got tickets to see them live in July. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Anyway, No Hard Feelings and Safe from Heartbreak and The Beach too. Anyway, so that's the stuff that I've really listened to the most this month. That's all the best stuff that I've heard this month. Let me know if you've got any music recommendations for me, anything I haven't heard that's new this month. You guys are always really great about like supplying me with new music. So yes, please do that once again. And let me know what you think of Wolf Alice and Griff particularly, because so good. So good. Oh, I love it. If you want to check out any of the songs I've mentioned, as I said before, I've got a playlist going called My Current Vibe. All those songs are on there for you to listen to. You can follow that playlist and then you'll be like up to date on everything I'm listening to and everything that is really inspiring me at the moment. I'll leave that in the description. Cool. I'll see you on Friday for my Madison Beer reaction. Ooh, how exciting. Cool. See you then. Bye.